All right, we're live. I will paste the link in the general chat. Go ahead and share that across your social media. Take a second to do that.
I don't really have social media, unfortunately.
Yep, my social media is limited to Reddit, and I only what's the proper term? Lurk.
You're a lurker.
Mm-hmm.
Lurpity larp 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 larp. Sounds like something that you would say. Like, what do you what are those called? They're like words that are sounds.
Homonym.
Homonym. Yeah, that's the one. Did I? Oh, motherfucker. New window.
I don't know, you have to put the show not safe for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be all ages anymore because Daniel said the F word.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. We don't want to. We don't want to do the show for children anyway. At least I don't. Children.
Cater to children.
Children are not profitable. You're not allowed to advertise to them.
Okay.
So on YouTube, you will lose money. Let's see here. Quick paste.
Oh, it's not a homonym. I'm an idiot. It's an onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. Okay. I mean, I literally don't know. So whatever you say, you could tell me it's called Smooch Magooch, and I would be like, oh yeah, Smooch Magoots. That sounds right.
Yeah, I just didn't get as much sleep last night as I normally do, so I'm just working at 50% or something.
All right, we're all posted all over the medias. So who wants to read us in for what happened last time?
Sure. So we came out of Xardorok's fortress. We totally smashed that Duergar and his squad. We started a revolution, overthrew the dominant power, and now we are rushing our asses to go fight a big Chardalyn dragon, because that dragon is wrecking the towns as we speak.
Sounds good.
Just before leaving off, we fought one of those lighthouse guys with laser beam heads, and I think we went to sleep just before leaving last session.
Yes, I do recall that. Let me do a real quick search for DM stuff. Yeah, funnily enough, I bought so the module doesn't provide maps for the town battles, so I bought maps online, and then because of work, I didn't have time to prepare it. So we're just gonna have to wing it, and that's okay. I can wing it. All right, so you guys are currently here, about 1 hour away from Dugan's Hole, and you see smoke rising from Dugan's Hole. You see smoke rising from the area that you recognize as probably about where Goodmead would be, and that's where we'll start.
This year, Divine.
Yep.
When I was laying out the plan to the town speaker before, we I told them that if an invasion came, that they should make haste to Brinchadar, and maybe they're waiting there. I mean, this is a little bit more than an invasion, clearly, but
Annihilation?
like that.
What time is it?
Let me check real quick. Let's see. Pull up. Hello, our one viewer. I'm not going to do that the whole time. Trying to talk to people in the chat doesn't work for Dungeons and Dragons. But since I'm taking a minute to look something up. Oh, because I got the wrong email address. God damn it. Trying to sign into iCloud is giving me problems. What the fuck? 48. Oh, there's an extra dot here. Okay, I'm going to step away for a second while you guys are making a plan, but I will tell you the time. So remember, it takes about, with your axe beaks, pulling your sleds, it takes about 1 hour to travel 1 mile, 1-to-1 ratio. Makes it easy. And also, if you click on your measuring tool, I scaled the map so that it is precisely 1-to-1 ratio. 1 foot on your map is 1 mile. So it's currently 5 p.m. I'll be right back.
Currently 1 p.m. Okay.
What's the plan, guys?
Well, I'm all for well, you said to meet in East Haven, which is the last town the dragon will go to.
And I'm back.
What's that
I think we should start immediately departing for Dugan's Hole and see if there's any survivors ask what happened. So maybe we can, learn a little bit more about the dragon before we fight it. See if there's any survivors and maybe we can help them.
Sure.
And we could talk plans while we're sledding on the way there.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so you guys are going to head to Brinchander?
Dugan's Hole first.
Oh, Dugan's Hole. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that. My brain.
So did we fight the lighthouse guy before?
Before this?
Last week I rolled for my animals. I rolled 3 sevens for 3 dire wolves, and I'm like, do I get to use that? No.
Yeah, I think you still have the 3 dire wolves. I'm pretty sure.
Perfect.
If that's what you're asking. Because it's the same day.
Yeah, I think we should head to Dugan's and see if we can find any survivors to get a little bit more info.
Solid plan. Being a DM is like having all the tabs open. All the tabs.
So yeah, let's head over to Dugan's Hole and see what's there.
Okay, so you guys walk to Dugan's Hole from where you are. Let's do a quick check. It is, and by walk I mean ride on your sleds pulled by axe beaks. Use the term walk loosely. About 4 hours to. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at good meat.
Dugan, yeah, it's 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour to Dugan's Hole. I definitely meant it to be 1 hour. So 1 hour it is. Okay, I need to open up a quick note so that I can track something. All right, let's see. 1 hour. So you guys are riding through through the snow. All right. What do you call it when an hour is past? There's a terminology for it.
Insert the SpongeBob 1 hour later, or whatever the accent is. With little nice textured barnacles in the background.
All right. Let's see. There's one more thing I need to look at.
Anybody else's map just disappeared?
Nope, I still see it.
Might need to refresh.
Yeah. It's back for me. I don't know what happened.
Well, anyway, the weather is sort of it's reasonably good weather for being 5 p.m. You know, it's still cold, like minus 30. Warm day for the Dale. And you guys travel on sled through the snow. And you get to Dugan's Hole, which is... I don't think I have a picture of it up here. Let me check real quick. No. I do not. That's okay. It's, you know, small. Approximately, like, population of 50, something like that. Really, really small backwater village. And there is just ruin everywhere. You walk past, like, huts that have been razed to the ground by some sort of heat. There's, you know, fire, smoke. Let's see. Every structure in town has been destroyed. Even but it leaves the 20. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, every structure in the town proper is destroyed. There are some survivors, some women crying with children in their arms. A man with burns like down the side of his face. There is a woman there who looks well, sort of. She has a sort of authority about her, and she has also with her on sleds some kobolds.
Do kobolds look familiar?
Love the gold.
They do look familiar.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hello. Good to see you all again. Sorry about your town, but we should go catch up with the dragon. If you want to fight, come on.
So most of the people are like, in shock from the attack, but the woman says, "I would be happy to give you aid. Me and my compadres would be happy to give you aid. My name is Velen Harpel. At your service." She bows low.
Good to meet you. We can chit-chat on the way.
Where to?
Well, wouldn't we head over to Bridgeshander? Because if Goodmead's also destroyed.
I think we should head to Chardalyn.
Yeah, why don't you guys take a look at your map of the Dragon's Flight Path?
Because if we head to Bridgeshander, that means the dragon is gonna go to East Haven, Chardalyn, Carconig, Tourmaline, Lonelywood, Bremen, Targos, and then finally Bridgeshander. It's going to raise basically the entire 10 towns. And at that point, if everybody just goes to Bridgeshander to like huddle up in safety, there's going to be nothing left for them to go back to. There's going to be no way to sustain a population like that.
Alright, yeah, I didn't see where it was, or the flight path, because it's not in the text channels. But yeah, let's just go to wherever it is next.
This year I really like this new leaf that you're deciding to turn.
What kind of leaf?
Your morality is really taking. You're really being more people conscious. I think maybe I'm rubbing off on you.
You're rubbing me off?
Wow.
Actually, yeah, let's head over to East Haven.
No, let's not go to East Haven. We should go to It's good to help people, but let's not be stupid. I think we should head to Chardalyn because we've been there before. We know how the castle structure is built. It's probably going to be a good place to defend against the dragon.
We know they have a militia.
We know they have a militia. And they're familiar with us, so we can kind of get organized there for an incoming attack, as opposed to East Haven, where we're just going to be like going into the battlefield, like kind of like unprepared.
What's this lady's name again?
Velen Harpel.
Mrs. Velen, did they follow the plan as it was set out?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. She doesn't know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Did they evacuate properly when the dragon came?
I look around at the charred remains and people who are burnt.
She says, well, we weren't expecting, or I assume they weren't expecting a dragon, but people did follow the plan. So perhaps it's entirely possible that some people survived that wouldn't have otherwise survived without the plan. But who is to say for certain?
Well, that's all that can be done. To keep. What's the keep? Black care. Keep care.
Dinaval?
Mm.
Yeah, what was the? I don't know. The keep had a name. Two care Dinaval.
Yeah, there's Care Koenig and Care Dinaval. I'm not sure. I can't remember which one actually has the keep.
I think Chardalyn has a castle, and Koenig was kind of like smaller, where the junk dragon guy was.
Yeah, I think Care Koenig is the one where they had a castle, but it's in ruins.
Mm-hmm. Chardalyn was where we fought the cult.
Yeah, alright, so you guys are going to make your way to Care Dinaval. Alright. So let's see. From Dugan's Hole, traveling the road. Let's see, so there's about 4 hours. Then basically straight over here. So that's for 10 hours and 13 hours. So it's going to be a 13-hour trip.
And right now it's 2 o'clock.
Right now it is 6 p.m.
Okay. Wow.
Hopefully that gives us time to sleep there.
Are we gonna just rush it?
What are we doing?
Well, you guys said you want to go to Cardinal, so let's go there and take a nap when we get there.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, I'm down with that plan. That sounds good to me.
Fight now, sleep later. The towns are under siege.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I like my shutdown time.
Don't we all?
Hasn't slept once.
Okay, so I said it's going to take 13 hours. Just gotta write this down so I don't forget. To Care Devil. All right, so you guys begin the travel. With Velen Harpel. As everybody make a perception check.
Alright. Come on, you reload.
A 2. Let's go.
Okay.
I'll raise you one perception check. I'll raise you a dragon chest check. How about that?
Nice. So Winifred and Desir, you don't notice anything. Divine, you notice something odd about 2 of the kobolds on the sled. Actually, some of the sleds are being pulled by kobolds. It's weird that they can keep up. Funny. Anyway, 2 of the kobolds on the sled appear to be stiffer than usual. They sort of give you the reminiscence of undead.
Excuse me, lady who volunteered to help. Quick question, little query here.
Sure.
Don't mean to bug you. But are these cobalt friends of mine dead?
Well, these 2 are, yes. I didn't kill them. if that's what you're, worried about. They did, however, die in my service, and I raised their bodies so that they could continue their service.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yep.
I mean, no point letting a body go to waste.
Yeah, that's the old adage.
Good enough?
All right, so...
How is Velen Harple dressed? Is she like of noble-esque look? Like, does her clothing look fancy, expensive, or is it more of a...
She's definitely more of a rough sort of person. She has an eye patch on her right eye, and she has white hair. She's an older woman. It's short, like cropped to just below her ears, parted to the side. She's got on cold weather clothing, white gloves, fur around the top of her hat there, and she has a white owl who sits on her shoulder.
Oh, you have an owl? That's a hoot.
Yes, this is my familiar, Pietro.
Huh. By the way, how did you get the kobolds in your service?
Owl's familiar. I just want to write down that name.
That is a great question, Divine.
True. Yeah, I swung by I swung by Tourmaline and found them working in Tourmaline, and I arranged a deal with between them and the town speaker.
So they're working for you by choice.
Yep. Well, except the dead ones,
okay.
they're dead. They don't have a choice. But
Well, yeah, I mean, again, don't let a good body go to waste. Well, as long as, it's not forced labor, I mean, yay freedom.
yep, everything's on the up and up here. I pay them
I'll
well.
I'll open my book and write a question down. Is undead labor forced labor?
Researched later.
I mean, normally I would feel like...
So 1 and...
So it's...
Yep, I have no clue if she's lying or not. That's a 3.
Nice. Yeah, as far as you're concerned, every word is true.
Normally I might be concerned about this.
Honest and trustworthy.
Yeah, and Desir, you're usually with your high charisma, you're usually a good judge of people. So you're like, yeah, I trust you. 100%.
Hey, Desir, I'm better at insight than you.
Oh, how about that?
You trying to flex what here?
His wisdom scores.
I'm not so wise. I'm kind of smart, but I'm not so wise.
I'm not sure what
No.
time zone you're in, Winifred. It's 1:54 here now.
Yeah, it's 10:54 where I am.
Oh, okay. So you have more time than I thought. I thought you were like
Yeah,
an hour
I'm in-
behind. I just didn't
No,
want
I'm
to
in
let it.
Yeah, I'm PST.
What are you guys talking about? It's almost 7 p.m.
Normally I'd be a little perturbed about the undead situation, but I feel like we have a lot more pressing matters, and I don't feel like pondering the question of undead slavery right now.
Pondering the ethical concerns. What would
You
be
know,
like the meta and macro ethical meta, macro, and micro ethical concerns of undead slave labor?
You can see me over, Winifred's over to the side, and he kind of starts thinking about it, and he kind of like puts, and he's like, no, never mind.
More important things.
We should be on our way.
All right, let's see here. So you guys travel. About 8 hours go by. It was already dark at 5 p.m.
By the way, as we're traveling, are we able to like see any part of like smoke coming up from East Haven?
Yeah, actually. So as you were traveling, so when you guys began traveling, well, actually, when you were away an hour away from Dugan's Hole, you could sort of see the small like dot of what appears to be a dragon flying in circles around East Haven. So as you are traveling, smoke begins to rise from the city of East Haven.
Okay, that's good. I have no problem with East Haven burning, and it might mean there's a little bit of time before it makes it to Dugan.
Both also going to be a
Chardalyn.
cool place to loot after because, Hoth, it was a Thieves Guild, and Thieves Guild typically, hoard wealth. So,
Can I use my proficiency in Dragon Chess to envision the static programming of the construct and think of how somebody would plan their next move?
You certainly can.
I just want to use my Dragon Chess proficiency.
All right, go ahead and use your Dragon Chess proficiency. All right, so with a 21, you you sort of put together like a combination of the flight plan and the plan that you made with everyone going to Bryn Shander, and you sort of have like an epiphany where you're like, if I thought of this idea where everyone goes to Bryn Shander, he might have thought of this idea where everyone goes to Bryn Shander. So there's two possible scenarios here. So one scenario is he thought that people would just run into the wilderness to escape the dragon, and attack the towns in this sort of circular pattern with Bryn Shander last, in that way to maximize damage, or he thought that the people would flee to Bryn Shander, and he left Bryn Shander last because he wants to kill as many people as possible, and he's confident that his dragon can take Bryn Shander. So one of these two things could be true.
Have we hit the crossroads yet?
Sure.
I was going to say, at the crossroads, should we send the lady to Bryn Shander to bring troops to Chardalyn?
You can do that. Would you like to do that?
I think we should do that, and also tell her that the dragon will be heading to Bryn Shander. Maybe we should move people to Dugan's Hole, because I don't think it's going to attack Dugan's Hole twice. With my great strategic Dragon Chess mind of brilliance.
That is brilliant, actually. That is not something I had thought of. She says, now that is brilliant. I shall do as you say.
I write a letter, and I give her my scroll of pedigree with it as well. I say, if they have any questions, tell them the party of the Fallen Leaf sent you. Take this, my scroll of pedigree, and please, be more convincing than I am.
I didn't know you were literate.
I'm literally.
Little literate.
Huh. A noble who can read.
Literately literate.
I was taught. Just like most of the other things I know.
All right. And she says, "Is there anywhere that I should meet you after delivering the letter, or shall I stay in Bryn Shander and help them
You can
defend
join
it?"
us back in Chardalyn.
Aye, aye, sir.
Where we'll be making Chardalyn army for all, or Chardalyn armor for all.
Just like the whole population of 10 towns plagued by Chardalyn madness. All right, so she goes her way. Let's see. And you guys are making me keep track of so much stuff. I have to keep track of her. All right, so this is about 8 hours. All right. Velen. Velen's trip to Bryn Shander. 8 hours. All right, so let's see. So 6 hours had passed here at that point. 2 and 13 makes 7. All right. Okay, cool. Do you guys continue on to Caer-Dinevel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
All right. So 2 more hours pass as you're traveling north to Caer-Dinevel. Do that. And that. And that. There we go. You see the dragon as you pass. Like, you guys are probably. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to spitball it. About there. Maybe it would help if I had my cursor. And you see the dragon rising on sort of an upward draft into the sky and heading in the direction of Caer-Dinevel.
Cool.
Let's see. Let's see how long it's going to take to get there. From East Haven to Caer-Dinevel. And man, is it fast. It's a lot faster than you had anticipated. It's like flapping its wings like crazy. Getting there. So you guys travel 1 hour. You continue traveling 1 hour in that direction. Let's see. And then you see the dragon beginning to circle down to that location. You guys are still 4 hours away.
Guys, let's just go to Bryn Shander. Screw the rest of these towns.
Think so?
Look, we're not going to make it there in time, and if we just keep trying to chase it, it's too fast for us. And look, let's face it, the only places we actually care about so far have been Bryn Shander and Targos.
Yes, people with the places with people in them. The most people. Smart thinking, Divine. I knew you were a humanitarian.
I'm surprised you're agreeing with this plan. I'm basically saying let every other town burn.
And we're going to save Bryn Shander.
If we're not fast enough to keep up with it, then I'm not a fan of fool's errands.
Because if we go to Brinchander, we can rally everyone and bring them to Tardos.
Well, it depends how long, because it's been how many days?
It is currently 4 a.m. at the current time. Just so.
No, but I mean, how
Yeah,
many
let's
days
just go
has
to
it
Brinchander.
been since the dragon has left the castle?
Like 2?
It's been 2 days, and during those 2 days, it went through Dugan's Hole, could be East Haven, and now it's going to Chardalyn.
Yeah, which means if we go to Brinchander, we can take a nap, rally, or we can sleep, rally the troops, and bring everyone to Tardos.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. I like that idea, Divine.
I mean, if we can't keep up with it, do we have any other option, really?
No. Only this thing was remote controlled.
Hey, you guys were the ones that said we shouldn't kill everyone in there. I was all for it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's double back to Brinchander then.
Yes.
Alright, let's see. Just to maybe look at a quick thing. Alright, so you guys are going to head back to Brinchander.
Oh.
Alright, so you were 4 hours away from Chardalyn. Putting you about here. So to Brinchander. 3. 11 and a half. To Brinchander. And let me take a look at this. All right, so you guys begin traveling back to Brinchander. After your first hour of travel south, so as you're traveling south for that first hour, you keep looking over your shoulder to look at Chardalyn, those of you who care. And like black smoke just continues to rise, and you see like a beam of radiant light being shot from the dragon down into Chardalyn and just sweeping across. It seems incredibly destructive. It's nuts. You continue south for that hour, and you see the dragon circling on its own updrafts that it created from the fire, and it begins flying toward Caer Konig.
And how long did that take?
It took about an hour for it to raise Chardalyn.
Maybe
Alright,
everybody was evacuated and it didn't really bother staying long.
I mean, I kind of agree with Kevon at this point. Could we even catch up to it if we wanted to?
Alright, so I rolled a 19, I think it's investigation, to try to work out a formula for how long it takes to go through various towns, fly speed, destruction rate, and estimate how many hours we have until the dragon would reach Targos.
Okay. So you've been keeping an eye on it so far. You don't have the information from Dugan's Hole and Goodmead. But you know that it took approximately 8 hours for it to raise East Haven, and it flew directly across the lake. It took it about an hour and a half to go, or sorry, about 1 hour to fly from East Haven to Caer Konig. 1 hour to raise Caer Dineval. And so something that you know is that Caer Dineval is much smaller than East Haven. So it took 8 hours for it to raise East Haven. So you're assuming that at the larger cities, it might that can put up more of a fight. It might take longer. So you're gonna guess Caer Konig is quite small. You're gonna guess like half an hour to an hour to raise Caer Konig. Then you know it's going to fly to Tourmaline. It might take maybe 3 or 4 hours to get the Tourmaline. So let's see. Let me put this into the general chat. That way it's easy for you to calculate. So you'd say you think maybe 30 minutes to an hour to raise Caer Konig, and then to fly to Tourmaline. Its fly speed is incredibly fast. You're going to guess maybe, if you're just guessing, like 2 to 3 hours of flight.
So I have to admit I'm a little bit confused.
What?
If we've been gone for 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
like since we saw the dragon depart,
Mm-hmm.
given the times that you're quoting,
Mm-hmm.
within 2 days the dragon should be at like Targos by now, or at least Brinchander.
Indeed.
Something must have happened.
Maybe it's shorter because people have already been evacuated from Chardalyn.
Maybe somebody put up a resistance.
Maybe.
So would it make sense for us to try to meet it at Tourmaline if it would take that much longer for it to raise Tourmaline, or no, we're probably not going to make it there.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll make it there in time. I think we should just...
Like we are barely going to make it to Brinchander.
Yeah. And plus we'll need to rest because we were freaking exhausted.
Okay. Alright. Sounds good.
Maybe we should just go to Brinchander and sleep there.
Or we just let it raise the 10 towns and we take it over once it's done. Still up for that.
No.
There's not going to be much left to take over. If we're going to do it, we might as well make sure that we take over something and not just raid.
There's always survivors. And less resources are needed now, so there'll be less people.
Mhm.
No more need for sacrificing. Well done, dragon.
No more sacrifice. Hey!
Yeah, but they're crazy fools. They'll do it anyway. They'll do it to prevent another dragon attack, if anything.
We must sacrifice to the dragon or he will kill us.
Well, no, the dragon came because the sacrificing angered the gods. Duh.
Pretty sure dragon only because of the Light Fortress made it happen.
So you guys are gonna hunker down at Bryn Shander?
Yeah.
All right. So you continue traveling. Let's see. You be as you continue traveling in that direction, you keep looking over your shoulder to the two towns behind you. You see the dragon flying up and flying towards Caer Konig. 1 hour passes, and you see it flying around in a circle, descending in that sort of hunter-like pattern.
Did it descend at all in the Dwarven Valley?
Hasn't gotten there yet.
I don't think it was on the map. Dwarven Valley might
Okay,
get deserted.
That's good, because I just want to make sure, because that's where the fortress with the kobolds is.
No, it's skipping on the map. It skips the Dwarven Valley. It's only aiming to the human settlements.
So our town is, our fortress is fine.
Perhaps. Let's see. So over the next 1.5 hours, you continuously see that beam of light being shot down. It's really an awesome display of power. It's insane how powerful this thing is. Anybody know anything about red dragons or dragons in general? Does anybody have any dragon lore in your character?
I have dragon lore in my character, but I'm not sure I would be too knowledgeable about it.
Yeah, make go ahead. You can do arcane or nature check, or religion.
Arcana with advantage, or natural 20.
Well, if you have it in your thing, then you can do it with advantage. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. 24. Natural 20.
Natural 20? 24, yeah. So with a 24, you would say that this is probably on par with like an adult red dragon. Well, more like probably closer to being on par with an adult blue dragon, because you notice that its breath weapon is coming out in a line, not in a cone. But you detect that the breath weapon is not any of the sort of breath weapons that a natural dragon, or that would occur in a natural dragon. It's not fire, it's not lightning, it's not poison, it's not acid. It appears to be radiant, which is odd because radiant damage is usually tied to religion. Some kind of deity, usually.
So, what it sounds to me, although I'm not going to share this with the rest of the group, I'm just going to keep these thoughts in my mind. Because I'm not certain of this. Like, that's That might be what I think, but I'm not 100% certain as to how Radiant would work with, especially with the Chardalyn, which is what we learned from being cursed and how that works with Radiant damage. So I'm gonna have to think about it and process it a little bit before talking with you guys. But to me, it sounds like this could be like some type of almost like an entity on par with a deity if it's radiating. If it can do radiant damage.
So moving forward, you guys continue traveling. So an hour and a half passes. Making it, yeah. You've got, you approximate about 8 hours to Bryn Shander, so that's 2.5 hours gone. So it's going to be 6:30 in the morning now. You guys suffer 1 point of exhaustion. So go ahead and go to your conditions on your character sheet and mark that. I don't think anything really happens with 1 point of exhaustion.
Yep, it does enough so that I am going to sleep even through an attack.
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay. Let's see. So after that hour and a half, the dragon begins to circle up again on its own on the updrafts created by its breath by the fire that has been created by its breath weapon.
How do you put exhaustion in?
So yeah, if you go to your character sheet, let's see.
Under conditions. If you tap conditions, it should be down at the bottom. There should be a line for exhaustion showing level of points.
Yeah, and conditions is directly under your hit points.
Okay.
Belinda.
Yeah, that's my character. I play a dwarf in another game. Female bearded dwarf.
So.
Even their women have beards.
So. You have a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, so it just gives you a disadvantage on ability checks.
I can't see how this could be bad. Are we headed to Brinchin or still?
Yeah, right? You're still headed to Bryn Shander. You're about, if you had to gauge it, you've traveled this way before, so based on where you are, you say you have another 8 hours to get there.
8 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Hurry on along.
Alright, so you hurry on along, and the dragon hurries parallel to you a little bit faster. So it flies, I believe, directly from Karakonig to Lonelywood. Is that right? Let me take a look. Yeah, from Karakonig to Tourmaline.
Tourmaline only.
So that's going to take... So over the next 2 hours, you watch this thing pass you by. Six hours to Brynchander.
If we don't find a way to rest, I don't know if we're going to be able to take this thing.
Well, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna rest, and hopefully, but the dragon doesn't get there before the rest is over. Otherwise, wake me when it's over.
You're going to charge up your power, Dragon Ball Z, Goku style, just sleep while everybody's getting killed, and then wake up and fight the dragon.
Yep. Sorry, because I'm playing a construct, I've given myself strict rules when it comes to exhaustion.
Oh, okay. What's your strict rules?
I don't have energy to power my gauntlets. I don't have energy to power anything on my armor, which makes me the most useless character on the planet.
Makes sense. I can see why you want your sleep. It's currently 8:30 a.m. in the morning when you see from the distance the dragon descending on Tourmaline as it releases its first burst of radiant breath.
Oh, that's good. That means we have plenty of time.
Smoke begins to rise into the air.
It must be really bright compared to the contrast of it still being dark at 8 a.m.
8:30.
So,
yeah, the sun's going to rise in about half an hour. You can see rise, quote unquote. You can sort of see the pink in the sky.
So when we get there, I'm going to immediately go into
let's finish.
Sentry mode.
When you get to Brynchander. Okay. just like on
Sentry mode on the sled on the way to Brynchander.
I'm not sure if you can. You might be able to. I would imagine that sentry mode is different than like sleeping.
Yeah, it's not sleeping because I'm awake when I'm in sentry mode.
Yeah. I'm at. Yeah, you can. Yeah, as long as you're not like doing anything, you can just lie on the sled and be in sentry mode.
I can even sit there as long as I'm doing nothing. Well, not nothing. I can read. I can work on stuff in sentry mode, which is nice.
Do you think you can hang on? Because that might take a little bit of effort. Not a whole lot, but like if you hit a big bump or something.
We could tie you down.
Just keep going to Brynchander. We shouldn't be wasting our time with this. We can sleep there and figure it out then.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it might be a little. I think the bumps might be a little too disruptive. You might get jostled off or something. Because you are trying to make like as good time as you possibly can. So yeah, 6 hours to Brynchander for you is what you estimate.
Oh yeah, I can't do it. I just looked up the rules for Sentry's Rest.
Okay.
I must be in a motionless state.
Okay, that makes sense. Over the next 6 hours, you see more and more smoke pouring into the sky out of Tourmaline. And as you reach the gates of Brynchander, you see the dragon begin to fly upward again in a circle. And also you meet Vel and Hartpel on like at the gate, like she's coming out to go to Chardalyn to meet you.
Looks like we're meeting.
Yeah, it looks like things didn't go according to plan. You're here.
Not at all.
So what's the plan now?
Bunker down and Brinchender, I guess.
Hunker and bunker. Got it.
Yeah, I think we ought to go talk to the town speakers. We are, but I think we should go talk
Tell them
about
we're ready defenses.
ready defenses and battle plan or something. I just want to go to bed at this point. Get ready for what's coming up.
Yes. Agreed.
And I'm gonna roll off the cart, stay there for 6 hours.
Just roll face down in the snow.
Yep. Well, I don't need to breathe. I don't need to be face up.
It's hilarious.
How did the people respond to going to Dugan's Hole?
Yeah, do you sleep first or do you tell them that plan first?
I think we'll have to go. I think we should talk to the town speakers to organize in case it does happen when we are sleeping. We should make haste to the speaker's house.
Yes. Divine can rest, though. I mean, he seems pretty particular about shutting down right now. It's like a Windows update.
Yeah, it has to happen right the F now. All right, so you there are people like running around, getting prepped, basically prepping for war. You know, there are some like wooden towers, like around the otherwise like stone walls of Bryn Shander. People are climbing up on the walls, on the towers. They're getting bows. They're getting ready. You like find? I assume you're looking for some guy in the military to direct you to either Captain, I think his name is Marshall, or the Speaker Duvessa Shane.
Yes.
Yep. Do you want to split up and we can I can go try to find the speaker. You can try to find the marshal, and we could meet up back at the inn where we typically go in Bryn Shander, the one where
the North Look, or
yeah, the North
Yes.
to go
Sounds like a
and
plan.
we meet there and we can rest up before battle.
Yes, that's smart. But to see her wait, if the dragon does show up unexpectedly for whatever reason, things go wrong. You've been a good friend to me.
That's not gonna happen. It's all gonna go well, and that's not even an option on the book. Don't even think like that.
Yes. All right. You're right. Of course. Just be careful.
So you split up and go looking for your decided person. Winifred, who are you looking for? The Speaker?
I'm looking for
Sheriff Markham Southwell.
Markham Southwell, yeah.
And the seer you're searching for Speaker Duvessa Shane.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes you a little bit of time to find them, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour or so. So I guess I will mark that. Let's see. Okay. But you do manage to find the people you're looking for in different locations. So, Winifred, you find Sheriff Markham Southwell in not in the barracks, but in the sort of military command post, I suppose you might call it. He says, Sir Cindergrain, welcome back. I take it all did not go as planned.
Some things you can't foresee.
Yeah.
I wish we were meeting again under better circumstances.
Me too. Were you successful in routing anything?
We slayed the leader of the Sunblight Fortress. Their forces are pretty thoroughly pacified. It's just this damn dragon we're dealing with now. Not that that's a small matter.
Still, that's not nothing. I thank you for your service.
Well, you can thank me if there's anything left to thank me for after this is over.
Right. So, our current plan is to fortify Bryndshander and fight off the dragons. We're bringing out the heavy ballista crossbows. Will you help us, sir?
Yes, absolutely. I think able men who are willing to fight should remain here in Bryndshander. But I think it's probably best if, this might sound strange, but women and children should go to one of the towns that was already hit. I don't believe the dragon. The dragon. Here, look at this rough sketch I have here of the dragon's flight path that we found in Sunblight's fortress. I believe that it's making a round. It's on a set path, and it ends here. So if we can get people out of here, we might be able to save lives.
He takes the parchment and examines it, and he says, "Yes, that is a logical conclusion. I can see what you're saying. I would hate to let the town be destroyed. I wonder if having people here would help the soldiers, give them morale, kind of like a cat in a corner or a mouse in a corner. What do you think?"
I'm not going to mince my words here, Sheriff. I think that's a horrible idea. I understand what you're saying. I just I'm trying to put this the right way. I'm not always the best at sparing feelings, but even one child lost is an absolute failure in my opinion.
Make a persuasion check. You can do it with advantage.
Oof. Not my strong suit. Let's see how this goes. Hey, I did take proficiency in persuasion though.
$21.
Hey, that's not bad.
He thinks for a moment and he says, "I do worry about our people being able to survive out in the cold, but I think surviving. I think you're right. I think we need to survive now, and we'll just take our survival one step at a time. First, survive the attack, then survive the cold.
Yes, property's one thing, but can't bring life back very easily in the realms.
He's sort of like chewing on his thumb. You can tell he's really anxious. His brow is furrowed in worry. He's just like, there's no other choice. All right. He gives the command to his guards to go and begin or continue fortifying, but also to start rounding up the citizens. Desir, you're with Devessa Shane. And she says, so I paid you your company with a good magical item, and it seems you have failed.
Excuse me?
Well, I paid you to go and rout the incursion by the Dwergar, and yet they are here incurring.
Can you repeat that again? Just so I can. You said stop the Dwergar?
Yeah?
Yeah?
And we're being
Where's
attacked.
The Dwergar? Where's the Dwergar? Where's the Dwergar?
I assume the dragon
Where's
came
the
from
Dwergar? Yes, but you just said it yourself. We stopped the Dwergar. Dragon's another issue. You can't bust our asses for not being able to go into a fortress and take down everything within it, including a dragon. What are we, superheroes?
No, I suppose. Go ahead and give a persuasion check with advantage. She says, yeah, I suppose you're right. A dragon probably is a bit too much. But you're right, I don't see any Dwergar about, so...
How's the town situation going on?
Not well. My scouts, reports are Dugan's Hole, Goodmead, East Haven, Caer Dineval, and Caer Konig have all been completely destroyed, or nearly completely destroyed.
Yep, that's about as much as we can gather as well. We just came back from Sunblight, and we're really short on rest, to be honest. Do you have any communication lines with Targos?
I could send a runner.
Okay, so basically we figured out that, well, because Winifred has the map, I can't this is out of character. Because I can't show her the map, but I'll just explain it simply to her. Back in character. So the dragon is expected to do a runabout, going from where we last saw Caer Konig. It's pretty much done its round internally. It's going to go to Lonelywood, Bremen, and then Targos, and finally Brinchender. Would it be possible for you to send runners or something of the like to Targos at least, in order to rally troops to bring over to Brinchender before the dragon gets there, so we have a solid attempt at defending Brinchender with large number of troops?
You're suggesting abandoning Targos?
I suggest abandoning Targos to have a better chance at defending Brinchender, because right now it's been able to pick off Dugan's Hole, Goodmead, East Haven. East Haven is a pretty big town, right? I'm sure you know this very well.
Yeah.
Caer Dineval, Caer Konig, Tourmaline, and Tourmaline is also a pretty large town. It's going to take over Lonelywood. Right now, it's been effectively picking off the 10 towns one by one when they're kind of vulnerable and they're not connected with help. If you can get Targos' soldiers and a little bit more manpower to Brinchander, I think we might be able to stand a chance against such an entity. I've seen it from far away. It's absolutely destructive. There's no way. I'm very uncertain that we'll be able to stand ground in Brinchander as is.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. Very nice. She says, "Yes, I can see the knowledge of, or I can see the wisdom of your words. I shall dispatch a runner immediately. I pray only that Speaker Nerith Maxalander will see the wisdom of your words as well. That one, he has his own personality and has a tendency to do as he wishes.
And if it does not, he's going to be sacrificing not only his well-being, the town and its townspeople, but maybe giving up the only chance for Icewind to be able to survive." This is all I have to report. I'm really tired. We've been out for what, 18 hours now, traveling. So I'll be back at the Lookout Inn if you need anything else from me. I'm gonna have to take a rest before the battle starts.
All right. If I need anything from you, I'll send it your way.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can see Jordan, your dog is... Jordan's taking a break, yeah. I was going to suggest we take a break now anyway, so...
Yeah, I could go take a quick shower or two, honestly, so...
Alright. Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, right before the break. Oh, no, I'm going to stay for probably like 30 more minutes, though.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to try to milk as much as I can, but before the break, I also, at the same time, concurrently, am leaving, but I say, Sheriff Markham, there is a
yes
magical item that was given to a innkeeper here. If somebody could find it, I'm sure she'd be happy to help any way she could. The people could take it with them and ensure that they're fed with hot soup. The cauldron.
Oh, yes.
I think that was in East Haven.
Was it in East Haven?
I think it was bought in East Haven.
Okay. Well,
which should make it the optimal place to go back for ruins to avoid the dragon route. Oh.
Yeah, East Haven might be the best place to go.
It is a larger place.
Mm-hmm.
It's in East Haven.
Ah, yes, I see. Food will most certainly be needed. Thank you for the information.
I'm going to retire for the night. I'll be at the Lookout Inn if you need me. Please don't need me.
Please don't need me. I'll be here if you wake me. Don't freaking wake me. Alright, sounds good. Let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
Sounds good.
Sorry about that.
Okay, I have returned.
Oi, oi.
I'm back.
Hello. So I think we're just waiting for Winifred. All right. Well, I'm gonna go grab a water while we're waiting. Okay.
I'm back.
Cool. I am almost back.
Yeah, I've been here.
Cool.
Only thing you really missed that I can think of is told the sheriff to tell people to go to East Haven because there's the cauldron plenty there.
Okay.
Yeah, thinking at the very least they can have some warm soup.
Yeah, they can all dance around the bonfire of the burnt down homes, sing Kumbaya and eat soup or whatever.
Kumbaya, my lord. All right. I said all right, but I'm not actually ready. There we go. All right, now we're ready. All right, so let's see. Current time is 8:30 a.m. You guys have talked to the leaders and such. And now you are going to rest. for 8 hours. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you would like to wake up precisely 8 hours later, or do you want to sleep until like the next morning?
Honestly, I'm gonna sleep as long as I can, just because we've been out for a longer period of time. So as long as nobody's knocking on my door, I'm just gonna be sleeping until.
Okay, so
Yeah.
8 hours from 8:30 a.m. Let's see here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 12 to 4. So that'll be like 4:30 p.m.
I will wake up at 4:30 and check the status, and if it's depending on what it is, I'll lounge.
All right. So I will real quick look at my notes. All right. So checking. Let's see, 3. When you check at 4:30, they tell you that the dragon left Tourmaline 3 hours ago. It then flew to Lonely the Wood. That only took it about half an hour. I have to do. Right. 3. So 2.5. It was in Lonely Wood for about 2 hours. And then it appears to be flying to Bremen, as your map says that it will, and it's about an hour away from reaching Bremen at its current flight. So Bremen, Targos, and then Bryn Shander.
Okay. Alright. So I need to get some javelins.
Alright, so you begin grabbing javelins. Do you wake up your compadres?
I'll lightly wake him up, let him know the status, but then leave.
Let me check something. So it looks like it's 3 hours to Targos. So 8. Let's see. We'll just do. I assume you're gonna check to see if Targos did come to Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
You discover that Nerth Maxalander has decided to keep his militia in Targos, thinking that Targos, with its walls, can defend itself.
So should we head over to Targos?
Maybe. I mean, how long's travel to Targos?
3 hours.
We could go try to make a stand at Targos.
And do we know where the dragon is now?
It's about 1 hour away from Bremen.
So we could make it probably. We'd probably arrive around the same time the dragon did. Might be able to catch a flank.
Mm-hmm. So it's in Lonelywood now.
It's leaving Lonelywood now, so it's about half hour's worth of flight past.
Yeah, so if it can fly over the lake in a half hour, it'll destroy Bremen within an hour. It's a small town. It'll get to Targos before we get there.
Yeah, Targos is well fortified, and they have their own militia, so we might be able to do some fighting there. Skirmish the dragon at least. And it's only a 3-hour journey. We could.
Yeah, but a 3-hour journey, by the time we get there, the dragon will already have attacked it, and if their militia isn't that good...
Speaker Duvessa Shane walks by and she says, damn that Nerth Maxalander. He seeks to turn this, what would you call this? Like,
Federation?
No, it's a tragedy. It's like a disaster. Yeah, disaster. He seeks to turn this disaster into a gain for himself and Targos. If all the other cities burn but Targos lives, he'll get to pull. He and Targos will benefit by being the only city left, and they'll get to pull all of the knucklehead trout from the lakes themselves and sell the ivory down south.
I look at him, and with all of the construct rage that I can muster, I say, please do kindly fuck off for a minute. We're deciding whether to stay here or go. Time is precious. So, guys.
Yes, we.
Oh, by the way, I didn't want to interrupt you as the DM, but I would have interrupted him as soon as he started speaking to us.
Oh, sure. Her.
Simply because this is a decision we need to make within 1 minute's time, I'm assuming. So, stay or go.
I'm still groggy from the sleep.
All right.
I'm
stay or go.
I'm saying stay.
They have walls. How well was Targos looking when we were there, Daniel? Like fortification wise.
Targos, it's got its own walls. It's pretty well fortified. It's one of the oldest cities in the 10 Towns. So yeah, it's pretty well fortified.
Which one's fortified better?
Bryn Shander is probably fortified better. It's the principal city, if you will, the capital, if there was such a thing. It's where the bulk of the militia lies.
If the bulk of the militia is here, then let's just stay here.
Very well. We cannot make the speaker's decisions for him. Unfortunately. Is there any way, Dufessa, is there any way you could send a runner, somebody who could try to convince the speaker to just maybe change his mind?
I can try to send someone else, but I doubt that it will be of any use.
I doubt he'll have time. It's too late at this point. It had to have been done when we were sleeping. At this point, whoever is going to be running straight into a battlefield.
You're probably right. Let's prepare here then. Nothing we can do.
That's what I was saying. The stand was to be stood at Brinchender.
Yep.
It would have been better with Targos' troops on have additional, but hopefully maybe they'll have worn the dragon down, and it'll be an easier fight for us here in Brinchender.
It's the best we could hope for.
All right.
And during the sleep, I did some armor modifications.
Okay. What kind
You'll
of
see.
modifications?
I switched my armor type.
Cool. Fun.
Yeah.
Is that something you can do during a long rest?
You can change the armor's model whenever you finish a short or long rest. So yeah.
So you're an infiltrator now, sleek, huh?
Well, if we're going to be fighting a ranged dragon with the ability to fly,
True.
Yeah. Might be. That would probably be super helpful, I imagine, actually. All right, so let's see here. You guys are what are you gonna do during the sort of downtime while you're waiting for the dragon to come to you?
I want chains. Javelins and chains. Chains tied to anvils.
You're just gonna come out swinging anvils like a flail?
Now I'm gonna throw javelins at him with a chain attached to an anvil. Hopefully we can, maybe slow the dragon down a little
Oh, I see. Yeah, try to slow it down. That makes sense.
How many hours do we have until the siege?
You don't know. It's hard to say. You could try to make a guess.
Well, you said where's the dragon at this point?
The dragon is at Bremen right now.
Right now.
Well, it's on its way to Bremen anyway.
Okay. You know what? This is downtime, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And we had looted a platinum hookah, right?
Yes.
But we didn't have anything to smoke it with.
True. Would you like to find some of the finest weed in the Dale?
If I may, I might as well. If there's any time to do it, it might be before a huge battle like this.
Yeah.
To calm the nerves.
That makes sense. You make, let's see. Make an investigation check.
Can I roll with advantage because of my background?
What's your background?
I used to be part of a pirate pirate thing, dealing with supplies, which most likely included counterfeit weapons, drugs, alcohol, and other things of the like. So just
yeah, sure.
So you said investigation?
Sure. Yes, investigation.
A 9.
9. Well, yeah, still with your background, I think, even a 9. So you walk around and you begin looking for like sort of seedy characters who might get some who might be able to lead you to a sort of underground, if even an underground in this in the 10 towns exists, and you do manage to find your way into a sort of basically what is a smoking bar, like a hookah bar. And you pull out your own hookah, and they bring you some of the shisha, and they're like, so this is a really nice hookah, by the way. Perhaps we could discuss purchasing it at some point. But in the meantime, what kind of shisha would you like? We've got watermelon, we've got grape, we've got apple. Would you like some of the extra herb thrown in?
I'll take some watermelon and apple. Yeah, watermelon with extra spice, just because I don't think I've had any watermelon in a long time, especially being in the Icewind Dale for so long.
All right, extra spicy watermelon it is. So that'll cost you 1 silver.
I have an extra portion, or a couple. Could I have 12 portions?
12 portions, yeah, for
Yeah.
on the go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually not going to smoke it there. I'm going to bring it back to the Lonelywood Inn.
Oh well, if you're just taking it with you, then that'll reduce the price a little bit, since we don't have to pay the staff to serve you. So how about, let's see, 12, 8 times. Let's say 1 gold ought to do it.
All right. I'll pay him 2 and tell with the tip. I'll tell him good luck. Good luck with the siege. Make sure you be serving the soldiers after when we win.
He pulls on his hookah. Yeah. The siege. I'll be ready.
Is there a... Sorry.
Yeah?
Is there a tall building in the middle of town, like a bell tower or something that I can stand on?
Yeah, I imagine you can find a bell tower here in Bridgeander.
Because I want to be away from people so I'm not in line of area effects.
Okay, that makes sense.
And this way, Clanger can find another spot where we can take some barrels and stuff that he can duck and hide behind after each shot, so each time he reappears he can get a surprise. Or not surprise, but advantage from being hidden.
I'm not sure if that would work. I mean, it would work once.
Well, as a bonus action. Well, no, because as a bonus action, rogues are able to hide.
Well,
And if you're hidden successfully, then each time you reappear, you come out as after being hidden, giving you advantage.
I mean, in theory, the mechanics could work that way, but in reality, like, you might surprise me the first time you come out from behind a barrel, but if you hide behind a barrel, I don't lack object permanence. I know that you are now behind that barrel. I'm not going to be surprised when you pop out again.
Or is it then you get sneak attack even if someone's not within 5 feet of you?
Oh, well, in 5 feet of the enemy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's take a look at what his thing says here.
Do basic programmed constructs have object permanence, though?
Well,
I think
Clanger
this is
isn't
more
a
advanced.
construct.
The dragon is probably a more advanced construct too,
Oh,
but it is following a set path, so maybe it's just the program.
let's see. So it'd be under features and traits. Deft Explorer, favorite foe, fighting style, spellcasting, rain. That's to do. Sneak attack.
Yeah, unseen attackers on targets. When a creature can't see you, you have advantage on attack rolls against it if you are hidden, both unseen and unheard. When you make an attack, you give away your location when the attack hits or misses. So if you hide after each attack, when you reappear, you have advantage on your attacks.
Yeah, because you would be unseen, so that makes sense.
That's why rogues get the ability to hide as a bonus action.
See, thieves can't steady aim. Oh. So he can give himself a advantage on his next attack roll by using a bonus action.
Yes, provided the roll is high enough to beat the passive perception of the character.
Yeah, go ahead and copy paste what you're talking about. That way, I can read it myself. It'll help me. Because I see steady aim.
Yeah, steady aim is not the same.
But if you combined that with...
Well, no, steady aim isn't... This right here is why I always, or not always, but I almost always play rogues.
Yeah, so that could maybe work. It really depends on how the hiding is. So like if you're I imagine it being like hiding behind a wall that has a slit in it. So you can stay hidden and attack. So you're hidden, your foe can't see you, and you don't have to reveal yourself in order to make the attack. But if I'm...
Yes, but when you make the attack, they know where you are, and then once you make the attack as a bonus action, you hide again.
Because I would imagine that you have to like stop hiding to make the attack.
You do, which is why once you attack, you reveal your location. So it doesn't matter if you hit or miss, you've attacked, they now know where you are. Then, as a bonus action after you attack, you use the hide action. You roll. If the stealth check beats their passive perception, you're hidden once again, and they don't know where you are. So then when you attack, after being hidden, you have advantage. But if your roll fails, they still know where you're located, and your next attack does not have advantage.
I mean, if you're hiding behind the same damn barrel.
These are just the game mechanics.
Yeah, but I also know that many DMs, or I've also heard of like people saying like, I hide, and then the DM's like, okay, what do you hide behind? And they're like, well, I don't see anything to hide behind. It's like, okay, you're attempting to hide in a shadow. So I think I'm gonna say no to that one. At least in that circumstance, like if you were to hide, like let's say there's a barrel and then a wall, you might be able to hide behind the barrel and then sneak past the wall somewhere and then go hide somewhere else, where the guy doesn't know where you're at. But if there's like two barrels in the middle of the room and you're just ducking down, like you can duck for cover, you lose the cover when you come back up. But like you can hide, but he knows you're there. He doesn't just forget that you're there. Like that'd be silly. But I will say also that I think you can use steady aim in a similar manner, because I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the sneak attack at range when none of your allies are around them. And let's see. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 2d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. So you can use steady aim. You can give up your move, use steady aim to give yourself advantage on your next attack, on your next turn. And then you'll get the sneak attack. So that could work.
You're the DM.
Cool. Alright. Let's continue.
Yes.
So let's see. 8:30 a.m. currently. One hour till the Bremen attack. So let's go ahead and pass that 1 hour. The dragon descends. You can see flashes of light coming from the Bremen area, smoke going up. Bremen remains under attack for the next 2 hours. So let's go ahead and move forward that clock.
So what you're saying is by the time we got to Bremen, the dragon would be leaving.
Targos.
Yeah, it's Targos, I mean.
Yeah, well, I guess so, because it's a 3 hour.
Yeah, but you have to remember, Targos did try to send those dudes to get the cauldron from us, and they did try to kill us. So.
Oh yeah, screw them.
So they can suck it, really.
Yeah, he's kind of power monger.
So I do agree. I think once this is over, we defeat the dragon, we head over to Targos, and we say, by the way, we chose not to help you because you sent people to kill us. Enjoy your death.
What? No, I think we should just wipe them out and take control of Targos as a major city. Because then we'll have access to the lake, which is a huge source of food and essential income.
All right, so you guys are sticking in Bryn Shander, continuing to wait. It's currently 11:30 a.m. Twilight is in the air.
Yes, I'm waiting. Making sure that everything's getting fortified. Got my pile of javelins.
I'm gonna be on the lookout for. Where are you, Winifred? I'm going back to the Lonely Wood, or the Lookout Inn. I think that's where you are, Dubo, right?
Yeah, I'm there sometimes. I'm on the fortifications sometimes, but yeah.
Right. I'm just. What's the temperature like outside?
The temperature has dropped, actually, and there's sort of a flurry of snow. Its visibility is a little bit harder.
I'm gonna go inside the Lookout Inn, and I'm just gonna wait until the whole party's in here, and then yeah, I'm just gonna wait with my shisha on the table, packaged up and ready to smoke. I'm just waiting for y'all before shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I'm just about to head out to work, but
Okay, so after after the 2 hours in Bremen, the dragon flies up in a circle and begins making its way to Targos. It only takes half an hour to get to Targos. This boy moves fast. And in Targos, it takes quite a while. You see, so you guys are on a hill, so you're looking down on Targos. You see the dragon. It like flies around the town, swoops down in close enough to use its radiant breath weapon and shoot a beam across the town. Smoke goes flying. You can hear voices of people screaming. You can see like it sort of reacts as though it's getting hit with something, and then it like flies away, and then sort of a repeat of this. I should probably be keeping track of them, I guess. Whoopsie. Oh man, there's so much. Hold on. Let me grab a pen. Let's see. I can't keep track of this battle on D&D Beyond because it doesn't allow you to add monsters after you've clicked the start button. So, dragon. Give me just a second. I just realized there's so much to keep track of. This might be the most intense chapter. This pen doesn't work. Let's see if I can put it directly on the wood. Let me get a different pen. All right, here we go. Let me just look at a few things real quick. Gotta see how much damage the dragon has taken, if any.
I'm sure it must be tired after being awake for like 3 days and just raging. And you probably took some hits in East Haven. Smaller towns maybe not so much, but
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Got its current hit points. We're ready to do this. So it takes a while at Targos, partly because of how well fortified it is, but in the end, it's a knockout, drag down, 8-hour fight. But in the end, the dragon leaves victorious. So it's 8 p.m. by the time it begins circling up, rising on the heat generated by the burning ruins of Targos.
During the time that they're fighting, is there a way to build sort of plank extensions? So I'm trying to build a 10-foot, like, if I'm at the center, radiating out are beams of planks that are about 10 to 12 feet long that are sturdy enough for me to run across and jump off of.
So you mean like jump off of onto the next plank, or off of like onto the ground?
Like off of onto the dragon if it's flying by.
Yeah, I mean in 8 hours you could probably do that.
Okay.
And you're thinking that Clanger is going to be in the bell tower with you?
No. He's going to be nowhere near me.
Oh, okay. Where do you think he'll be? Like
Honestly,
across the way?
Honestly, that's not someone else can control. It doesn't matter where he's standing, really.
All right.
probably going to be on a rooftop somewhere.
Yeah, I'm imagining the bell tower is sort of like in the square of the town. It would be the sort of central religious building.
It doesn't matter if it's a building. I just need to be in a high building with no one near me.
All right, guys, I'm heading out to work.
All right. Shall we leave it here for the day? Because
Yeah,
Or-
I think we should
Yeah.
leave it here for a
I'd
day.
really
'cause-
appreciate it. I wasn't gonna ask you guys to, but like I'm really looking forward to this fight. Like,
yeah.
but I
It's an
wouldn't
exciting
ask you
time.
to because like it's your guys' time too. But
No,
Well, I mean-
it's going to be so much more worth it if everybody's there for the fight.
and it's only stopping, an hour and a bit earlier. So
Yeah, it's
and
not bad.
when you're going into a major fight, usually they last longer than an hour or something.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
appreciate you guys. Have a good day. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no.
all
It's
good.
all good. Life responsibilities.
All right,
Yeah.
have a good one.
Yep. And to our viewers out there, thanks for watching. Until next time, you've been contested.
Tested.
Contested
That's
Entertainment. That's the name of our channel. All right.
How many viewers
All
were
right.
there? Did we have one or two?
So at we actually had quite a few, and I mean quite a few for me, for us. Yes, not like 1,000 or anything, but we're actually still live. So you can say hi to our viewer. We have one viewer now, but at our max we had 2, and total today we've had Stream Manager 30 views. It looks like.
Any comments?
No comments. You guys
Wow.
got a comment! Come on! Oh
That's a
yeah!
good start.
You know what? I'm gonna put this on YouTube too, so I should say comment, like, and subscribe!
Oh boy.
Share!
Alright, well, I'm gonna head on out.
Yeah.
I'll talk to y'all next week.
Yep.
Until then.
Good.
Ciao,
Y'all
ciao.
have a good
See
week.
you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.